have you installed the new pilot version?
Yes, I installed.
So have you opened your solution in that only, in that SDK? Have you opened your
Uh,
solution? And these are the deployment units. So this deployment unit means this belongs to, if I'm using CRM, now you have to understand what is your project all based upon. If it is related to account tickets, prospective tickets, sales orders, and all transactional things, so it's better to use that CRM one. If you are using this deployment unit, your all BOs should be belongs to this one. I will show you what exactly this means. And I know my project is totally based upon ticket, so I'll use this CRM one. It's not like that if you have used CRM you can't use the foundation BOS. You can use it, but this is quite different thing, like it's a complicated thing that also we will learn. I'll tell you all
Actually,
that
till now,
also.
we are using our as the service is concerned, most of our work is related to opportunities only. So we use accounts, contacts, sometimes leads, not every time, and mostly opportunities. That's it. Even state codes, nothing will be there. Only accounts, contacts, sometimes leads, most probably opportunities only. Then
Okay,
creation of employees, creation of business users.
so you can see if you click on your solution you will see in the properties what the deployment unit they have used. So now I have created a solution. It is taking little time. Okay, this is a solution gets created and it's a blank one, so we will do everything here. And same, if I'll now I want to check the properties window. You can see my deployment unit is customer relationship management. So you same way you can also see your deployment unit, what is the deployment unit of your this one. And if I'll just show you service request, let's suppose this is a ticket. So you can see here the deployment unit is customer relationship management. So if I want to use on this one, I know my solution is based on this, so I can, it's easily for me to use the service CRM deployment unit. And as you are working on accounts, so you can see this is the repository explorer is the very important thing where you have to understand how you have to write. So everything is based on that. If somebody is asking you to have, you have to check something, this is the backend place where you have to check. So you can see here deployment unit is foundation. So for your might be it would be the foundation only, because for customer employees and everything it is a foundation deployment unit, and for you also might be it's foundation only. So if we have to talk from one deployment unit to another, like sometimes there is a possibility I need to capture one value from accounts to ticket or from ticket to account. That's if this is the case, different deployment unit you can't paste the value. Like if I have to fetch the account from fetch the account and I have to paste it into opportunity or I have to paste it into ticket, system will not allow me because like a customer, my customer is a foundation deployment unit and my solution is customer relationship management, which is CRM. If you have to copy something, like you have to edit, if somebody is saying you have to copy one field from one deployment unit to another deployment unit, how you will do it? You can't do it. It's a read only for you. System will not allow you. System will give you message,
Okay.
no, it's not possible. It is different deployment unit. But we have many methods by which we can do this. We have internal
Okay.
communication. We have some another ways also, which by practice you will learn how you can do that. It's possible, but it's not straightforward. And if I can see opportunity, or opportunity, you click on it and you will see the deployment unit is CRM. So you can just check what is your deployment unit. So that nothing any difference much. So now our first step is that first we have to know how to create a business object. We will start with the custom business object. If there is a some requirement, you have your opportunity screen or your account screen. In your account screen, we have an overview. Okay, in your account screen you click on account, then overview tab is getting open. In that overview tab, if you have to add something into this, I need a different screen into this. Customer is saying, client is saying, I want to create a custom screen. I give you this as a assignment which you have to do. In the overview screen
Okay.
you have to create a small screen in between that where you have to fetch all the sales order which belongs to that customer. If you open that customer, all the sales order related to that customer should reflect. If sales order concept is there in your in your client, that I'm saying in your project. This is example just I'm saying. Whenever you open a screen, because we don't have this, we have an option. You go to the account and in you just open the arrow and in the sales order is there where you will see the all the sales orders. There is an option. But I want, when I open my overview screen, I want to see all the sales order which are open on today's date. I don't want to see all the orders. I only want to see the orders on today's date on my overview screen.
Okay.
Okay. So this kind of a screen. So this is nothing but your custom screen. We call it as a, if in the standard screen, overview is nothing but it's a standard screen. So in the standard screen, if you have to add your screen, we call it as a embedded component, which is a later topic. But just remember, if you are adding your screen, you can do it, you can create the embedded component through KUT as well. Same way you can create from backend as well, based on the limitation. If you are able to do it through KUT, if it is fulfilling your requirement, you are okay. But sometime it's not, you have to do it from the backend. So if you are adding your custom screen into the standard screen, we call it as an embedded component. And always a screen is not automatically coming, it is building on some business object. So to create a business object, so first step is that you need to create a business object. Now you, this part you understood, you have to create a screen, and
Yes,
screen will
got
be
it.
built on top of the business object. Now second point is that you have to understand what business object you can use. The custom business object also, you can use the standard business object also, both you can use. What you can use, you can like create a you can create the embedded component on standard business object also, or on the custom business object also. Later when this is just important questions which you have to take care, but when I show you in the system you will understand. So I
Sure.
always prefer to use embedded component, build an embedded component on your custom BO, because what we have faced, I have faced this time, whatever as per my experience, what I'm telling, whenever we are creating an embedded component on standard business object, basically you have to first understand how complicated is your embedded component. So if you are, while creating your embedded component on standard business object, it can impact your standard screens, because it is in anyhow it is using standard import output or etc things. So it might be possible, not now but later on, it can impact your standard screens which is already working. So it's better, always try to go with the custom BO and just create a screen on it and then add it into your standard screen. So that's why we are preferring to create it on the custom BO. So first step is that you can see my screen now.
Yes, add.
So now first step is that I'm going to create a business object. See, I have already my logic already have with me. So I'll just do the copy paste. I don't waste the time to write it, but I will explain you everything, because it's no need to waste time, because in my previous classes I have faced this. This was taking a lot of time to write it. So I have given some name, business object, and custom business object will always be the extension .bo. Okay. So this one,
Uh,
I'm doing the copy paste. So one by one, I'll explain you everything. So structure, whenever you are creating a structure, whenever you are adding the fields, just take care of things. We have a limitation, and a limitation of creating the KUT fields, or same like KUT fields, same like SDK fields also we have a limitation. 750 we can maximum we can create. So whenever it is reaching at the half of the limit, it will give you the warning like you have reached half of the your length. So that is something which you have to take care. So don't create the useless fields. The problem is with the SDK is that if you are creating a field and you have assembled the solution and moved it to the another tenant, you can't delete it. That is the problem. You can't delete it. Okay. But now, as this was the previous times, but now we have we will try this, because they are saying there is an option. We will try this later on. So this one we have an option to delete one in implementation manager. Actually, here that option will come, delete patch, delete one. We can use the delete patch. Like in the implementation manager, we have assembled option, no? Assembled, this one. This one I'll explain you what is this all about. This is
sure.
basically a process by when we are moving our complete SDK solution to the next to the test tenant. I'm not sure you are using the transport management through UI or you are doing through SDK. So both ways are possible. I will explain you both the ways.
We actually
Now,
don't use transport in our as far as our systems, our client. I mean, nothing is transported from dev or test or QA.
okay.
We have only two tenants
Hmm.
for all dev, test, and QA. One and production one.
So that's
Once it is confirmed in QA, we
uh,
do it from scratch in production.
this is strange, because if you, how you can create in the production we can't create anything. We can directly do the changes only in the script, but we never create anything into the production. That's not possible.
Maybe I'm not SDK, but I really don't know. For many things, we do like this from
No, you
functional
can't
part.
create. No, for functional perspective you can do it from the scratch, but for the technical SDK perspective you will never get the option to create in dev. in production. Okay, so now as I told you, if you have moved it to the if you have moved it to the test tenant, you will not able to delete that field. System will give you error. So for this, SAP has given an option to delete patch. Okay, so that is only enabled for administration. We have to set some from the front end that options. So once that will be enabled for you, this is one time activity actually. Whenever you decide, okay, some clients are saying, okay, now there are some many useless things are there in our system and it is just overloaded our system, so better we you can just use delete the unused things. But the problem is that client, we are working for client, multiple companies are working for same client. Like for 1 year, one client is going for one customer, like, and then after 1 year they are going to some another customer, and then they are going to some another. So might be different companies are working for that client. So we are not sure what they have used, which is useless or which is useful. So nobody is taking a chance to delete any field unless the person is a very long term he's working for that same client. So yeah, but there is a possibility. Earlier we can't delete it, but yes, now we can delete it also. For that we have an option delete patch version.
So these things only for deployed ones, right? Not assembled
Yes,
ones.
yes. Once like in your in this is your development tenant, and in this development tenant everything would be in development mode. It will always be in the development mode. I'll show you all the steps how you have to assemble and how you have to move to the another tenant. I'll this is something which I can only explain you, but I can't show you because we don't have any other system. But I will explain you all the steps. And one thing which I forget to tell you, see if I click on here and create solution, you can see here there is an option customer specific solution which I told you, and the solution template also. Solution template if you create, you can't assemble it. If you create this, almost all the things are there, but there are some limitations in the solution template which you can't create.